We have distributors in 30 countries. And in the room, in a very short period of time, I talked to Stacy, went to a home party across the street from me. I'm like, I can't believe I'm sitting in a home party. I dreaded it. I'm like, if it wasn't across the driveway, I would have never went. And I sat there and I watched her, and I'm like, God, this girl's passionate about what she's doing. It's so cool to kind of see this. Again, I used to do these all the time. And Stacy came over and talked to me and started sharing the water with me, and I started drinking it. And I said, Stacy, I got something that might be able to help you with your business. Would you like to find out some more information about it? She said, yes. Next thing you know, she signs up. The very next day, or the same day?
Yeah, it's the next day.
The very next day, Stacy's got a meeting with Andy.
While I was still ignorant.
Okay? She didn't know anything really much about Sponsored Daddy, except that it was there to help her market and manage her business, build a database, have online spokespeople and movies, and the ability to educate people on our industry. And so she's talking to Andy. She's talking about her company, and Andy's talking about his company. And at the end of the day, what really happens? We don't make any money, right? Because she's trying to tell her about the water, and he's trying to say about the vetericeuticals and everything, right? Well, she says, oh, by the way, I don't know nothing about it yet, because she signed up the day before. But I have a system that's going to help me. Hasn't even helped her yet. It's going to help me build my business. And Andy says, well, what is it? She says, well, I don't know, but here's my website. He goes home in 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, he's spent thousands of dollars trying to put a system together for his business, and he signed up. So now, I'm in one company, Stacy's in another company, Andy's in another one. Andy, you introduced it to Brandon, right? Okay. Now, is Brandon in the same company as Andy? Or in the same company as this? Right? So now, 3 different companies. What are you marketing? World Ventures, Vetericeuticals, Kangen, okay? And now Andy introduces it to somebody that's actually in his downline, because it also has leads and different ways for you to have an online presence to generate business. And I'll get to the X factor in 1 second. How much time do I got? About 1 minute? Okay. So Lynn signs up. Now Lynn's got a way to market and manage her business, and they're in the same downline, so they're in the same company. So now they're starting to use the same system, and everyone's getting systems. They're finding a piece here and a piece there, and we can all kind of relate to that, right? An autoresponder system, or a way to follow up without having to use your calendar and all of this. So now Andy's building his own downline in vetericeuticals, and then Andy introduces it, right? Casey takes a look at it and says, holy cow, I know people all over the network marketing industry that want nothing to do with send-out cards.
No, I don't.
Okay. At least you won't admit it. And actually, you know what's really cool is that we're finding companies like Send-Out Cards, like Sponsored Daddy, like certain companies that can blend with everything, that can enhance what you're doing. And even if it's from a customer standpoint. You know, I'm using the Kangen water. Send-Out Cards. My best friend, who's a multi-millionaire. I got a card this morning, by the way. Thanksgiving card from Rick, using Send-Out Cards because he's just too busy. He wants to go on and do his thing. So Sponsored Daddy allows us to have a marketing management and training system, because in network marketing, we all do the same thing. We share a product that we're passionate about. We introduce other people to it, and we get them to join us if they choose that that's their passion. It doesn't matter what the product or service is. We all do the same thing. So we have a training system that is now teaching people to online and offline market. Tradition meets technology. And that's what we're doing. And the people that have that technology are getting the edge on their other networkers that are still sitting in the past. Only doing meetings, or only doing home parties. So we've gone to 30 countries, and now we're finally going to open up our back door. And the X factor is that it took us a lot to make a decision to put a compensation plan behind it. So now, Stacy, who's in Kangen, is earning from Andy, who's in vetericeuticals, who's earning from Brandon, who's in World Ventures. But they're all doing the same thing that they were doing before in marketing and managing their business. So Sponsored Daddy allows you to market, manage, and train your organization, and think to yourself, for all the networkers in the room, how many people on a daily basis do we meet that are in other companies? That now it's just an oh by the way. Sponsored Daddy is really an oh by the way. We have people that are working Sponsored Daddy as a main thing, but really it's an oh by the way for when you meet people in other companies. And I've always been a guy that if I met somebody in another company, I never went after that person. You know, and networkers, you know, we all got that little, man, I'd love to get that person. They're a great